Welcome back in here to Live and Now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. Thank you so much for joining us as we do have some breaking news involving the President Joe Biden as we're learning that he has tested positive for COVID. Of course, he was on the campaign trail right now in Las Vegas, Nevada, speaking at an event. So that was just a little bit ago. I'd also want to continue to follow this here on Live Now from Fox as we're following it. The statement coming in from Karine Jean-Pierre saying, earlier today, following his first event in Las Vegas, President Biden tests positive for COVID-19. He is vaccinated and boosted, and he's experiencing mild symptoms. He will be returning to Delaware, where he is self-isolate and will continue to carry out all of his duties fully during this time. The White House will provide regular updates on the president's status as he continues to carry out his full duties of the office while in isolation. We also did hear some remarks from this event where he was supposed to speak, the speaker before them, potentially breaking the news to the crowd. Let's listen in to what she had to say.
Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for your patience and understanding. Regrettably, I was just on the phone with President Biden, and he shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID. So, of course, we understand that he needs to take the precautions that have been recommended, and he did not obviously want to put anybody at risk. He said to tell my folks that we're not going to get rid of him that quickly. We're going to have a chance to hear from him in the future directly. He's just really sorry he couldn't be with us, and obviously we share that disappointment. But we've seen how COVID has still impacted many in our community still, and we understand that he needs to take the steps he needs to take to not just protect himself, but to protect all of us. So we appreciate very much his wanting to have been here. I had a great introduction for him, reminding us of all the actions that he's taken on behalf of our community and the way that they have helped advance our interests and status. And, well, we're just disappointed we won't hear from him directly today. But what we as a Latino community know how to move on, and we're going to recapture our program. And we've got an incredible plenary planned around housing and home ownership. I hope you'll take advantage of being able to go to that plenary. And then, of course, we've got a wonderful gala this evening planned with some incredible honorees that we'll be presenting awards to. And so, again, it's been a wonderful conference. Really appreciate everyone's patience and understanding. And I am deeply honored that the president did call me himself. I know it was really important for him to relay his disappointment, but we'll move on and we'll have a great rest of the conference, and we're going to make sure we continue to mobilize and engage our community in the weeks and months ahead to understand how important these elections are. Adelante. Muchísimas gracias.
Just listening in there, Janet Murguia there, the president of the National Council of La Raza there with this breaking news, and you could hear some of the groans there in the crowd as President Biden testing positive for COVID-19. Karine Jean-Pierre saying he's experiencing mild symptoms. We're also getting the latest information in here from the president's doctor, and I do want to read this out in full. here as he was traveling west to Las Vegas yesterday at the NAACP National Convention. This a note from the president's doctor saying the president presented this afternoon with upper respiratory symptoms to include a runny nose and non-productive cough. He felt okay for his first event of the day, but given that he was not feeling better, point-of-care testing for COVID-19 was conducted, and the results were positive for the COVID-19 virus. Given this, the president will be self-isolating in accordance with CDC guidance for symptomatic individuals. PCR confirmation testing will be pending. His symptoms remain mild. His respiratory rate is normal at 16. His temperature normal, 97.8. His pulse is normal, 90%, 97%. The president's also receiving a first dose of Paxlovid. He'll be self-isolating at his home there in Delaware. So some big news that we're following here on Live and Now from Fox. As we also knew just last week, I believe Doug Emhoff, the second gentleman, testing positive for COVID as well. So this is some big news that we're following here on Live and Now from Fox. Is a live picture there at the White House. We're going to continue to follow these latest developments. He is heading back east after several events in Las Vegas.